What's going on, guys? It's Jack here. Welcome back to another video on Rainbow Six Siege. And I'll probably put some music over this, probably. Maybe not. Maybe. I don't know. But, Rainbow Six Siege just released, or Ubisoft, I should say, released its new event called Containment. Now, a lot of our six creators are playing it right now on Twitch. I just wanted to make a quick video on my channel, both on Twitch and YouTube, about my thoughts on this event and what the cosmetics look like. I was digging through some of the things way before when it was, when a lot of the stuff was leaked and a lot of the data miners retrieved a bunch of the cosmetics and they showcased them. If you still go out there, I think it's still out there, but yeah, so it's called Containment. From what I've seen, this is essentially what Extraction is going to be, kind of. So it's a 5v5. It's essentially a casual, but it's called Nest Destruction. So the objective is that the attackers have to enter, destroy the nests, and then destroy the main nest, I suppose. And then the defendants, who are called proteins. Oh wait, I just realized what they just called them. Protein teens. That's not really that clever of naming, but anyway. So basically, the attackers have to enter. They have to go after these, I guess, like a small little nests, and then go to the main. And then after they destroy all of them, they have to go to the main one. And then the defenders in this instance they're strange organisms with human-like features. They can use melee attacks to eliminate threats and can fast dash through self-destruction or through soft walls or surfaces. Bleh. So it sounds like for this, it's very much like the Halloween Doctor's Curse event, of where, as an attacker, you go in and you have to eliminate all the attackers. And for the defenders, have to survive or kill, which killing was not really an option in that game mode. But it looks like for this instance, the proteins or the defenders are meant to. They're kind of like the protectors of these. It's essentially just. It seems like a secure area, or not really a secure area, but like prevent this from happening, kind of. I don't know. But that's the event. The event itself is 20 days long, kind of corresponding with the Battle Pass, which I'm kind of low on. Don't judge me. But so yeah, so this will run for, as I'm recording this, 20 days, 19 hours, and 11 minutes. And as I'm recording this, it's August 3rd, so it's August 3rd. So it will roughly last until probably around the end of the month. Same kind of with the Battle Pass. So I just opened up my my contamination pack, but I'll actually just show you guys what I got. So I actually got something for Ace, which I don't actually have a lot for Ace. I use the uniform. Well, I'm using the uniform that makes his head kind of a bit smaller, but anyway. So for the uniform, I got his plastics uniform, which is supposed to be based on the whole R6 Extraction storyline, and that this is the color that a lot of the operators will have. I don't know what I should actually equip to this. That looks actually kind of cool, but let me just have this. Whatever. But I got that for Ace. So just based on what I've seen, so there is, as right down here, there is, I think, or no, there is Ace, Zero, Blackbeard, I think Ace, Zero, Blackbeard, Amaru, and IQ. Let me repeat that actually. Ace, Zero, Blackbeard, IQ, and Amaru, who are all on the like R6 containment team. And then for the other side, I think it's Mira, Aruni, Warden, Jaeger. I forgot who else, but we're just gonna go over the packs and what these R6 packs have in them, as well as what are my thoughts on all the what are my thoughts on each individual piece, and I'll overall just say what I think of the packs. Do I think this is a hit, or like do I think this is good for the game? Are these good cosmetics, or are they really trash? Like, don't get them essentially. Should you buy them? Should you not buy them? So let's start. So of course there is a seasonal weapon skin that you can get for the season, which is called the Sentient Growth, and it has the little react thing with some steam with some like corrosion aspects to it, which actually kind of looks pretty good. I kind of wish like after a while you got this for free if you play the event for a certain amount of hours, or like you get a pack after I wish there was like a challenge or something. So, but that's just my opinion. There is, to my knowledge, there isn't a attachment skin for this, but overall it looks good. And this will essentially this will also be kind of a rare thing because with Extraction coming out or being delayed until July 2022, this is going to be a very kind of unique skin, not only in that aspect that it's still being delayed, but that cosmetics will not be going back and forth on R6 or on Siege and Extraction. So this is so overall I think this is good. One of the things that I don't understand is why they don't why they don't like include the skin with the attachment skin. And that's one of those things that I'll never get with Rainbow Six Siege. I guess it's to spend more money, or to get you to spend more money, but I don't know. So first off, we have Cade's uniform for his. Oh yeah, Cade was the last one. So so Aruni, Mira, Warden, Cade, and Jaeger are all the containment Archaeans. On the other side has Blackbeard, Ace, Amaru, IQ, and Zero. So this one for Cade looks pretty good. I like of how they go around it, and it kind of like it looks kind of like a symbiote from Marvel, like Venom, stuff like that, of how it goes around the person in this. So let's just take a look at this. So looks pretty good. Kind of has fungus almost. I kind of like of how they kept the sword on there. Personally, I think that looks kind of cool, and so pretty good. So now for Warden, one of the most underused and useless characters on Team Rainbow, gameplay wise, I should say that. So we have Dreadful Fragment. So kind of looks like a basic design. I kind of wish they did something with like blue, like a dark blue on him, maybe. But looks good, honestly. I mean, looks very basic, but yeah. Well, I say that because the headgears are the main attraction to these packs, and you'll see what I mean when we get down to the headgears. Is that these uniforms help with the headgear a little bit, but the main thing is probably the weapon skins or the weapon skin and the headgear. So now we go over to Jaeger. After his nerf, they decided to put him in here. Looks pretty good. They kind of like gave him like red to kind of like match with him. Looks pretty good, but I haven't seen his headgear really that much. Yeah, it looks pretty good, honestly. I like if all they gave him like red. We don't really see Jaeger with red that much, to be honest. So then we have Aruni. So Aruni, I'm surprised how they did Aruni, because Aruni is kind of Aruni is really hard. I feel like Aruni is kind of hard to design in a bit, but that's just my opinion. So as we can see, they kind of gave her kind of similar to Jaeger, like with like the dirt and stuff. I kind of like of how they included the leg of Aruni, to be more like to have like that different like that different look than the rest of the body, to like say like this is like these are her prosthetics and stuff. But overall, I think this looks good. A lot of the uniforms just look okay, honestly. I really like the React ones though. So we have then Mira with Monstrosity. Looks good. Looks like they added. I don't know if she always had a knife there, but that's a kind of a cool aspect. Again, looks kind of like the same with Aruni and Jaeger. Kind of looks a bit with Warren as well. But yeah. So now for the React operators, we have Blackbeard with his Serum Tactician. I'm not going to go through a lot of this because a lot of these are kind of like the same. So we have Blackbeard here, looks pretty decent. Then we have Dispatched with IQ. Looks pretty good. I think I like this one over Blackbeard because I think I'll just get more use out of it with Blackbeard. So that's one thing. Then we have Amaru, who is here. Ignore the headgear, but looks pretty good. They changed her backpack a little bit. They changed a lot of the backpacks and stuff a little bit. Looks like I have never noticed that she has a compass on one of her belts. Looks pretty good. I like of how it kind of looks uncommon for Amaru to have that kind of like color scheme. Then we have, of course, the one that I just showed, Ace. Not really much to show because he's Nighthaven, so he doesn't really have any symbols or anything on him to have a distinct thing towards him, but I think he looks pretty decent. And then we have Chimera Suppressor. I probably just skipped over a couple of those uniform names, but you know what? Okay. But this is then Zero's appearance. Looks pretty good for Zero. A lot of these skins are bright because it's extraction. So it overall looks pretty good. Kind of wish they I don't know. Looks pretty good overall though. A lot of the React skins I kind of like. These ones kind of not so much. I don't even think some of these should be classified. Some of these should be classified as legendary because they look kind of cool. These ones I feel like should also get epic. I feel like these should be epic as well. Now for the headgears. This is what I meant when these headgears are the main focus. So we have, this is a Rooney for so she is mutilated scepter or mutated specter. So it's kind of cool because they kind of like do a bit with like her hair there, which makes sense. I really like it. You can still see a Rooney, which I find kind of fun, or not fun, but kind of interesting. Really looks good, honestly. So for Mira, I don't really like this one that much because it kind of makes her look like I can't really tell if this is like her helmet that goes around her or if this is like supposed to be her hair or whatever, but I don't really know. Looks good though. Kind of a lot going on with all three of these, or no, I'm stupid. All five of these looks pretty cool, honestly. None of these are bad necessarily, just this one I don't like in particular. Now with Jaeger, Sawtooth. This looks damn amazing, honestly. I don't think they could have done any better, really, than what they had. Oh, look, the freaking when like you move, the things on the top move as well. That's kind of fun. That's kind of funny. But overall, I think this one is the best one out of the cup. Or I think this is like, I think the only one that I don't like is Mira's. But Jaeger's looks cool. I like that. Then we have Inhuman. For Cade. This looks very much. This looks pretty disturbing, but also it makes sense because with the skin that I just showed before, it had that green like fungus. kind of looks the same way. Kind of looks like the green is like maybe like his insides, like kind of looks like he's a spider in an instance of where his eyes are like right there. But looks pretty cool. I like it. And then Wardens that took a lot of people off guard. This one actually looks, I think, personally the best. I think this is one of the best ones out of this whole entire thing. Out of these, I think the only one that I don't like is Mira's. I think I like Aruni's. I like Jaeger's. I like Cade's. I think the best one though that looks clean is Warden's, just because of how weird it is to see Warden like this. So I also like how they gave him his mustache in a way, kind of like with Cade, of how it's kind of like that. I kind of find it kind of funny. But overall, yeah, I think I like all of these except for Mira again. But now we're moving on to the React headgears. So we have Lab Operative for Ace. Looks pretty cool. You can see it has the little logo on the back. Looks pretty cool. Then we have Vapor Shield for Amaru. Kind of weird considering that a lot of the operators like Blackbeard, like Blackbeard, like Ace have their whole entire head covered, and a lot of the other operators, especially in Extraction, have their mask or don't cover up their entire face like Lion, like Finka did with the Chimera outbreak. Kind of weird, but looks pretty good for Aruni. I feel like they could have done not Aruni, Amaru. See, this is what happens when they put Amaru and Aruni in the same freaking collection. It screws me up. But Amaru looks pretty cool. I feel like they could have done a little bit more with her. Personally, I feel like maybe some face paint or something could make her look pretty, or could make her look better. But that's my opinion. So then we have Zero. I'm gonna do Blackbeard after this though. So Zero looks pretty decent. I think. I think the face shield looks pretty cool. It looks like they tried to do something with his goggles, kind of how the three-way thing in the back that has the same look of the of his goggles. But I kind of wish they did some goggles like on his forehead or something. But that's just me. I kind of think that would be cool to see. But looks pretty good. Then we have Ambient Air. Oh no, this one's called. By the way, this one's called Inhalation, and then this one is called Ambient Air for Blackbeard. So Blackbeard, I have this uniform. Don't pay attention to it. But actually, let's just go into here. So it looks like she has this mohawk that says React. Looks pretty cool in my opinion. I like the face covering as well, kind of like with Zero and Ace. It makes sense because they're dealing with an alien threat. The helmet looks a bit odd though. I feel like a lot of his face is exposed, but I guess that's just a design choice they decided to make. Kind of weird with how they put the headphone pieces that he usually has on the right side. Kind of interesting, but looks good for Blackbeard. Then we have Breathing Zone for IQ. This one looks weird with the mask. The mask looks weird, but I feel like it looks kind of like Bane almost like Bane, or almost looks like Finka. Almost looks like Finka's mask a little bit that I have for her. I think it's for the scale of the scale collection or whatever it's called that they do every season in place of Blacksmith. Looks pretty decent. Looks like on the helmet it has the word React on it. But it's just in black, so it doesn't really look that nice, or you can't really tell it says React. Looks pretty decent. I kind of like how it redoes IQ's face shield almost to that, but I kind of wish the face shield was down a little bit and again, I feel like some of I feel like with Amaru and IQ they should have had some face paint or something personally, but I don't know. IQ looks pretty decent though, honestly, with this. The only thing with the mask caught me off guard when I originally didn't see what the mask looked like until we got down here. So now we have 10 weapon skins for each of. Then we have 10 weapon skins for each of the we have 10 weapon skins for each of the um, operators. So we have breakdown for Jaeger. Honestly, this looks pretty cool. Honestly, let's just take a look at it. Looks really cool. Honestly, I would even go to say that this is a freaking legendary. I would probably have to say, but that's just my thoughts. So that looks pretty cool. Decaying, kind of looks like an anti-venom from Marvel, kind of skin. Looks pretty cool though, and looks pretty decent. I don't think it really matches Warden that much though. Warden's look, but that's just me. Then we have Blackbeard. Blackbeard's decom decompensated equipment or decomprise equipment. But you can see it has like the react still, and it has like a bunch of this alien stuff. Looks cool. You can really see like of how it's like on there, and like a lot of the weapon specimens are on there. Looks pretty cool. I think. Then we have Anguish for the for Amaru no Aruni and Dokevi's DMR. Looks kind of bland if I'm being honest, but looks cool nonetheless with like the alien kind of look. But that's my opinion. Then we have Prudence for Arcade. This one looks freaking. This is on the same tier of like this is on the same level as Jaeger's. I think this looks really cool. Looks very like corroded and infected and all that stuff. So looks pretty cool. Then we have Corrupted for the Vector. This is for Mir, of course. Looks pretty decent. I'm not going to. I probably have to say this was one of the weirdest ones, at least. Kind of looks cool, like with the pinkish maroon red. Kind of just a basic skin, I kind of feel. Even though it's corroded and stuff, looks pretty cool with that aspect of it being corroded, but I don't really like the skin itself. I wouldn't pay real money for it, I'm going to be honest. But then we have the rest of the group. So we have Anti-Resurgence for the Commando, which has the React. Benchmark model for Zero. Thermoplastics for Ace. And then modeled hives for Amaru. So I think the best ones out of the weapon skins are of course Jaegers, Blackbeards, Cades, and I think Aces, because Aces looks way different than all of the other ones. It doesn't have really any yellow. It has mainly blue, which is kind of odd because the rest of them have blue-ish. Molded hives. Does this have hives and stuff on it? Oh, I thought this had like corrosion and stuff on it, but I guess not. So they do have an attachment skin. It's called Sentient Growth, and of course, as I said before, they don't include it with the weapon skin, which kind of sucks because like if you get the weapon skin, you kind of want, or like if you get the attachment skin, it kind of sucks because then it like not like you feel like you want like. You really want this to go along with it, and I think that just kind of sucks. But then we have anti-parasitic serum. So let's take a look at this. So we have a little vial, and it looks like it's at negative 56 Celsius. So pretty chilly in there, pretty frozen. Then we have of course, we have the React symbol, and looks pretty decent, honestly, for a charm. But, let me just, so, I don't know really how to feel about this collection, because a lot of the collections now have a weapon skin, they have these uniforms, they have these headgears, they have these crappy, weapon skins that you end up getting. You have to get an attachment skin, you get a universal charm. I will have to say, them only limiting their universal charm, good job. Or yeah, because like I think, good job on them for limiting their charms. Because I think in the last couple of events they have had a ton of charms. But overall review on this, collection, um, I would. I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't recommend getting these. I probably wouldn't recommend it unless you have, the money to spare and stuff like that. Unless you really want some of the stuff, I wouldn't recommend pouring out all your dollars on it. Because here's my reasoning. This this says very weird because part of me wants Ubisoft to come out with the challenges to get packs, but at the same time they're not going to, and I know they're not going to because Ubisoft is kind of like EA on the same level that they want you to buy everything. Um, I think for the most part, some of this stuff is pretty good, like these, but and some of the React stuff, like headgears and stuff. But I feel like I wouldn't pour out my money because I feel like you would just end up getting some of these weapon skins. I feel like you would just end up getting these weapon skins, or even the attachment skin, and then the charm. But I overall I wouldn't buy any of these with my own credits. I would probably even spend all. I probably would spend my credits getting myself better higher up on the battle pass. Honestly, I might it's one of those things of where if we just go back and we look how much it is for a pack, that is 12,500 renown. So essentially $3 per pack. So and then look how much that is though. Like I think King George and Macy J and stuff like that, they have a ton of freaking renown. Um but like these prices are insane. Again, this is one of the reasons why I don't buy any of my stuff, or I don't buy any of the I don't buy any of the event packs with my own money or with my own cash because these packs are so low. They're so low price or high priced to be reasonable. Like you're it's just like one of those things. Like they're so low priced, and not to mention that like for 4 packs, that's like the whole entire price for a new operator, straight out of the or price of 2 new operators, like from a season, I guess, in that instance, and like even 8 packs is $24. So overall, I think I wouldn't get these packs if from my advice to yours, if you guys like these packs, I'd say maybe get one after the free one that you get. Um see what you get. If you get one that you really like and you really don't see the appeal in any of the other ones, I'd say just skip past it. If you're someone who likes these though, I would say just a word of caution. Ubisoft does a lot of this stuff of where they price it, and then you end up getting a bunch of these weapon skins because all these are just filler for the headgears and the uniforms. I looked out and even getting a ace uniform, um, but I'd say if you want to try to get these, go ahead, but just it's like gambling. Know when to stop and just be mindful. And I think it's one of those things. But overall, I wouldn't. I think some of these are good cosmetics. I can tell some of the team kind of like worked on it and like did their best. Like a little bit with the headgears for like a Rooney, Jaeger, and Warden. I think they tried their best to come out with good cosmetics, but they're just overpriced, and I think that's the truth with all the other events. The only weapons or the only packs I ever spent like renown or a little bit of R6 credits on was I think the sugar the Sugar Fright one, and that was just because I wanted to, and just because I was like, whatever. I want to get one of those goofy Muppet heads, and I did. I got Frost's, but I would say some of these are pretty decent. Some of these, I kind of feel like you should be able to earn in game, but yeah. Overall, my review for these is just these are good cosmetics. In some of these are good cosmetics, but a lot of the weapon skins, while some of them are good, are overpriced, and I think that's just the truth. And yeah, so we're hitting the 30. So it's about 30 minutes mark. I'm gonna end the episode. I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like these types of videos where I like review the events and stuff, please like and subscribe to my channel. Helps a lot. And overall, I haven't played the event yet. Maybe the event is actually good. I don't know.